and the show is basically some talk, some news, and hopefully some answers. But the main point of the show, it started out as marketing towards the workers' compensation community, because all of us have been in workers' compensation for so long. But to branch out to a wider audience, it's gone from that and sort of morphed into a combination of that as well as local and statewide politics, and also information, of course, for the employees, employers, and you independent contractors. We haven't forgotten about you either.
Taking part in this panel, you have to have a well thought out opinion. It can't be just BS. So you got to be ready. So get ready for the game, prepare for the game, play the game.
I like the diversity of opinions. I like the group. I like you guys. I like the squad is tight, right? We have a good squad. So it's a good time, and I've always enjoyed sharing and listening mostly.
If there's one thing you wanted to say to the listeners, what would it be?
Learn. Try to learn. Look into the things we talk about. We can only touch on things, but we have four minds are greater than one. So if we tell you something and it's interesting, look into it. If you want to send an email to Steve, would love to talk to you about it, and we'll talk about it around the round table.
What I like about Work Comp Matters is the information that it shares with the community at large. I love that. I love the group of people that we have here, the differences in opinion, the way we communicate and share information, and the fact that Steve, who heads this whole show, he lets us talk about whatever comes up, whatever's near and dear to our heart, or whatever issues are at the subject of the day. And I love that. I keep doing the show because I find it informative. I find it entertaining. I like the group of guys that I share this podcast with, the team, as it were. I love the guys. That's what I like most about it.
Work Comp Matters is my therapy. It's something that I've always wanted to do. I've never wanted to be on TV, but I've always wanted to be on radio. This for me is sort of a second chance at life, and I would never attempt to do it alone. I'm so fortunate to have one of the best crews in town, both with Mike, Robert, Ted, as well as Scott from Uncle Studio, and it's just enjoyable for me. And it's also the opportunity, no matter how small, seriously, to make $1 million. I mean, we talked about Joe Rogan on the show today. This show, someone tweets it out, it goes viral. We could be the next Joe Rogan.